Shri Sai Ram, invoking the blessings of the Almighty. Elders, guests, and participants from around the world, Sai Ram and a very good evening. Welcome to Day 7 of the World Cultural Festival here at Sathya Grama. This evening, we celebrate and honor not one but two countries, Sudan of the ancient Nubian civilization and Oman, the Pearl of Arabia. Assalamu alaikum and marhaba to the special delegation who have arrived here for this World Cultural Festival. This World Cultural Festival, under Sadhguru's guidance, is the collective effort of several departments, hundreds of staff and volunteers who are tirelessly working each day. As part of the Know Your Mission segment, we are pleased to welcome Mrs. Swati Pai, who will be presenting on the Department of Guest Management. Flowers to bees and ants to sugar is but a natural phenomena. Similarly, over the years, Sathya Grama has steadily become a hub not just of education, but of culture and spirituality. Being the epicenter of our global mission, we have a steady flow of people, devotees, guests, patrons, and even curious visitors almost on a daily basis. It is this department that diligently caters to all requirements of our guests, from accommodation to their meals, transport, and any other requirement. Mrs. Swati Pai is an artist by qualification and was born and raised in Bangalore. She was married into a family devoted to Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Currently, she leads the guest management department along with a dedicated team of staff and volunteers. Mrs. Swati Pai, please.
Om Shri Sai Ram, with humble pranams at the lotus feet of our most beloved Sadhguru Shri Madhusudan Sai, I offer my deepest gratitude for this divine opportunity. On behalf of guest management team, it fills my heart with immense joy to welcome each one of our dear guests, dear students, dear staff, and all those devotees who are gathered here from across the globe, and all of them who are watching us live. To be in the sacred presence of Sadhguru and to share this moment together is truly a blessing beyond words. On this auspicious occasion, under Sadhguru's divine command and with his loving blessings, I feel honored to present a brief glimpse into the guest management department. This evening, glimpses about how we serve and how we reflect Sadhguru's values in our actions, about his unconditional love and compassion, care, and selfless service in every interaction with our guests. This will be briefly presented in the upcoming presentation now. So, one of the recent, I would like to say that express about some of our inspirations that have been over a period of time throughout our journey. It has always been Sadhguru Shri Madhusudan Sai who has been our great inspiration. And one of the recent inspiration was about the story of Dahlia that he spoke about at Kodaikanal during the recent retreat. The story of he spoke that this flower was a symbol of strength and beauty, and it was reminding us that growth often comes through adversity. The flower, it brought joy to the Lord and to everyone else who beheld it. It joyfully fulfilled its life, and it did its duty until the end of the life. This thought has left a very, very deep impression in our hearts, and we will also strive to fulfill our duty till the end of our life similarly. Another story was about our guests, Guru Thero's visit from a Sri Lankan monastery. He had visited us a few months back, and he expressed his thought about mindful living and compassionate action. Their approach toward food reflects wholehearted acceptance. They consume everything that is served from starter to dessert. They consume it all together in a single bowl where all flavors get blended. And yet, they partake that meal with evident joy, gratitude, and consistently expressing their satisfaction towards everything. They have their meals in complete silence that reflects discipline and mindfulness. So we have tried to imbibe that again into our everyday routine. Their mindful engagement extends beyond their meals. While they walk, they consistently keep looking down, observing the earth, Mother Earth, with full awareness, witnessing their conduct. Both during meals and while walking, offered valuable lessons in focus, gratitude, and accepting every experience as the blessing from divine. There was something else that they said which left a very, very deep mark on our hearts. They said something so profound. They said, whenever you visit a place, always try to add something good to it. And if you cannot add, then leave it exactly the way it was before you arrived there. And if you cannot do either of that, in that case, refrain from visiting any places for the near future till you decide to accept the first two qualities what they quoted. So that has also taught us to be very mindful about our actions again. Our journey of self-transformation of each individuals. I have seen many people who join our department. While they join us, they come with a different mind frame. Sometimes some of them are not even from the cultural background exactly like ours. But while they serve the guests like they are serving God Himself, I see a lot of transformation within them, and it shows after 2 or 3 months of them serving guests consistently. I'd like to speak about our department structure. Our team operates with unwavering dedication, functioning seamlessly across 3 shifts to ensure that every guest is welcomed and cared for at any hour of day or night, with 32 staff members which are divided into 3 shifts, morning, evening, and late night shifts. We maintain a continuous rhythm of service. This round-the-clock structure reflects our deep commitment to hospitality, not just as a duty, but as a heartfelt offering to our Divine Master. Whether it's first light of dawn or the quiet hours past midnight, our team is always present, always attentive, and ready to serve and embrace every single guest who arrived at Sathya Grama. Dining services from the core of our guest experiences are thoughtfully divided into 2 areas, Sai Vishwa dining and multipurpose hall dining. The Sai Vishwa dining offers a serene space where meals are served to dignitaries. The multipurpose hall dining, on the other hand, provides a flexible space designed to accommodate larger groups for special events. Both dining areas are supported by a dedicated team that ensures when we serve, it is a reflection of our values and culture, and mainly we do our best to reflect Swami's love and compassion during our duty. Guest accommodation at Sai Vishwa is Guest accommodations at Sai Vishwa is managed with equal care and precision. The rooms are maintained by a housekeeping staff who work tirelessly to uphold the standards of comfort and cleanliness. Behind the scenes, our accounts and inventory team ensures that resources are efficiently managed, while our staff and volunteers coordinate efforts to provide personalized and peaceful stay for every guest who arrives here. Our deepest gratitude to all the teams who have supported us over a period of time. They have supported us with unwavering dedication and seamless collaboration, making Sathya Grama a sanctuary of love and excellence for every guest who walks through our gates. From the accommodation and security team who ensure comfort and safety, to our IT team, hospital team, and elder support team, the group which provides essential care and connectivity, and each one's contribution is very, very deeply valued. I would also like to express that we have been very honored in the recent times to host some of the very eminent guests like Shri C.P. Radhakrishna ji, who has served as governor for various states in India. Some celebrities like Mr. Sachin Tendulkar ji, Mr. A.R. Rahman, Mr. Sunil Gavaskar ji, Mr. Arvind De Silva, and Srimati Baby Rani Moria, who is currently the Minister of Welfare, Women's Welfare, Uttar Pradesh. So these are some of the pictures of Sai Vishwa, which I'm sure many of our So while Swami has always spoken about the 5 C's and 5 D's, there are 5 strengths also that we add, and we always say that these 5 strengths the 5 individual team strengths we have added, and during our every gathering of our team meeting, we ensure that we remind each other of these 5 strengths, which are our physical strength. As this job is physically, you have to be constantly on the move, and emotional strength, mental strength, spiritual strength, and knowing your core area knowledge very well. Our every act of concern, every moment of discipline, every ounce of strength we bring forth is inspired by His divine mission and His vision and His unconditional love, and we try to reflect the same while we are serving our guests. It is through His grace that we strive for continuous improvement, and we serve with devotion and walk the path of detachment and discrimination with clarity. To Sadhguru, we offer our deepest gratitude for being our light, our compassion, and our eternal source of our strength. We pray to you, Swami, that every guest who enters Sathya Grama feels the warmth of your presence through our services, and may we continue to rise together in love and unity. Thank you. Thank you all for your patient learning.
Now, we will have the brief introduction of Sudan and Oman. Sudan, a country in Northeast Africa, is the 3rd largest nation in the African continent. Blessed with diverse landscapes ranging from the vast Sahara Desert, the fertile Nile Valley, to the rich savannas and the Red Sea coastline. It is a land of striking contrasts where ancient pyramids rise from golden sands and the life-giving Nile flows steadily through the heart of the country. The people of Sudan, known for their hospitality, resilience, and deep sense of community, carry a cultural heritage shaped by ancient Nubian civilizations, Islamic traditions, and African influences. Their art, music, and storytelling reflect both the strength of their history and the vibrancy of their daily lives. Oman, a nation on the southeastern coast of Arabian Peninsula, is known for its golden deserts, rugged mountains, lush wadis, and pristine coastline along the Arabian Sea. It is a land where traditions and modernity blend seamlessly, offering breathtaking natural beauty and a rich cultural heritage. The people of Oman, called Omanis, are admired for their warmth, dignity, and strong sense of hospitality. Omani culture is deeply rooted in Islamic traditions while also reflecting influences from centuries of maritime trade with Africa, India, and Persia. This evening, Maza Muhammad Osman Al Ghazuli from Sudan will be honored with the One World, One Family Humanitarian Award 2025 in the category of Women and Child Welfare. This is in recognition of her compassionate service to children and youth, using art, technology, and community engagement as tools of healing and empowerment. With her creativity, she has designed awareness campaigns, children's magazines, and educational animations that teach protection, human values, and care for the environment. Her commitment extends far beyond design. Through workshops, mentoring, and community initiatives, she has offered children safe spaces to heal, learn, and rediscover hope with confidence and dignity. The moving Story of Hope video for children battling cancer is one of many heartfelt efforts to raise donations and bring light into their lives. Maza's service shows that the greatest impact is created not by resources alone, but by the commitment and courage to place children's dignity and well-being at the heart of every action. Unfortunately, Ms. Maza could not be here with us due to unavoidable circumstances. On behalf of her, we have Mr. Muhammad Hamid, who will receive the award. We have a special video message from Ms. Maza. Can we have the video, please?
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Maza, and I am coming from the land of the Blue Nile and White Nile, the greatest Nile in Sudan, the great history of civilization in the land, and the longest river at the world. I'm grateful and proud to join this conference about humanitarian work.
The speaker for today is Mr. Mujtaba Al-Sadiq, a keyboard player. He works in Dubai as a social media creative producer in media companies. He's also a music producer and influencer with 12 years of experience. He'll be presenting to us about the history, culture, and philosophy of both Sudan and Oman.
Sairam. Hello, everyone. My name is Mujtaba. Tonight, I am honored to share with you a little about my country, Sudan. Sudan is in Africa. We have a beautiful culture, rich nature, and our people are known for strength and resilience. Sudan has more than 51 million people. Our main language is Arabic. English is also taught widely in schools and universities, and we have more than 100 local languages. Our capital city is is Khartoum. It's a special place. Do you know why? Why Khartoum is special? Because it's where the Blue Nile and the White Nile joins together. So picture with me. The Blue Nile flows for about 1,450 kilometers. And on the other side, the White Nile flows for more than 3,700 kilometers. They're all in different sides. And they keep going and keep flowing until they meet. After all this long journey, they meet together in Khartoum. And this meet, or this union of the meet of the Blue Nile and the White Nile can show us one simple thing, that the union of two different things can come together to create something very powerful, like the longest river in the world, which is called Nile. The currency of Sudan is the Sudanese pounds. And the symbol of this currency is SDG. Sudan is a home to the largest number of pyramids in the world. There is more than 200 pyramids in Sudan. And most of them are in Marawi. And actually, they were built more than 2,000 years ago. Long ago, a powerful king ruled cities like Grama. You can still see ancient temples there. Although they're built from mud and bricks, but they are still standing strong after all these thousands of years. Most Sudanese are Muslims, but we also have Christians and traditional communities. We live by three important values. The first one is kindness to visitors. The second one is care for family. And the third is to never, ever give up. In Sudan, this is me telling you this, and I'm very honest. In Sudan, when there is a stranger there, we don't call them a stranger or a visitors. They are just a friends that we haven't met yet. And this is actually what one family means to us. Our traditional dress in Sudan reflects our identity. Women wear a flowing, colorful thobe. And believe me, they look very, very beautiful on that thobe. And men wear jalabiya, and with a turban on the over the heads. And now we come to my favorite part, which is food. In Sudan, food brings us together. In Sudan, actually, we love kisra. Me personally, actually, I love kisra. It's a fermented flat bread, and also we have ful. Ful is actually a slow-cooked beans. Eating together is a way of building closeness. Music and dance in Sudan are very essential to our culture. We play special drums. We sing Nubian songs. And we pass our history through storytelling and poetry to the next generation and up to the next and up to the next, and it keeps going like this. One of our most celebrated artists, his name is Ibrahim As-Salehi. He blends traditional Islamic calligraphy with a modern art style and has made Sudan known on the global art stage. The challenges that we face in Sudan, most of them actually are like all families. Sudan faces challenges. Many children do not get enough food, and some cannot attend schools or even see a doctor. And in the past 2 years, there was a civil war happening in Sudan. And I don't know if you saw it in the news or not, but this civil war affected Sudan a lot. Today, for example, at this moment, there is a city in Sudan called Al-Fashir. Is suffering from a severe hunger because of this war. But the people of Sudan, actually, the reason why we keep going. In Sudan, we never give up. Neighbors help neighbors, and the world often joins to support Sudan. And one of the examples of the world helping Sudan, you will see it in the upcoming video.
ممتاز وثاني ايوه وثاني اها وثاني نغسل بقى شنو وثاني على يد وثاني على يدين صف الازرار دي كلها دي الليله بنتعلم نغسل يدينا.
This is one way of helping the communities. He's actually teaching the children how to use, for example, it's a simple thing, but it's even like it helps them because they didn't get the chance to go to schools. So he's teaching them, why do we use soap? It's for washing dishes or washing clothes. It's very basic, but actually it's important to them. Sudan has deep roots. Like a strong tree, we may bend in the storm, but we never break. We have survived many difficult times, and we always rise again. When we work together as one global family, there is no problem that we cannot solve. From all of us in Sudan, shukran, thank you. We are proud to be part of this big, beautiful world community. Thank you. And now, I will present you about the country of Oman. For over 4,000 years, Oman has connected different countries and cultures. Oman is like a bridge between Arabia, Africa, and Asia. Oman has 4.7 million people. The capital is Muscat. It's by the ocean, and it's very beautiful. Oman is famous for 3 things. First, the frankincense. It's a special tree sap that smells wonderful. Long ago, by the way, it was worth more than gold. This tree and the sap and the sap, I mean the smells that are coming from this tree, it was more expensive than gold. Second, there are tall, strong forts. They protected trade roads long ago. Third, the Omani people. The Omani people are very, very welcoming to visitors. The currency in Oman is called Omani Riyal. It's one of the strongest currencies in the world. Omanis speak Arabic, but also Baluchis and Sawahilis. Why? This is because traders from many countries came to Oman for hundreds of years. This picture shows Sur, one of the coastal towns. Sur is famous for building dhows. These are traditional boats that sail across Indian Ocean in the older times. Omani people used these boats to trade with India, Africa, and other places. Omanis believe in respect and in being generous and living in peace. This big mosque you see is the Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque. It's not just for Muslims. People from all religions are allowed to visit. And this is Nizwa Fort, Oman's most famous fort. It's over 350 years old. The craftsmen still make beautiful silver jewelry and khanjars. Do you know what is khanjars? Khanjars is like a special curved dagger that men wear. You'll see in a picture that is coming up. Men wear them for important occasions. In Oman, they also play oud, a traditional string instrument. Food, also my favorite part. Food in Oman brings families together. One special dish is shua. It's lamb cooked very slowly underground for days, and family gather to eat it on special days. Another dish is majboos rice with saffron and spices. This shows Oman's history with the spices trade. And here is the famous Omani halwa, a sweet made with dry fruit and saffron. It is typically eaten with cardamom coffee. The traditional clothes in Oman, you can see the khanjar in the man's waist. Men wear a long robe called dishdasha. They wear either an embroidered cap called kumma or a turban called musar. The ceremonial khanjar shows honor and heritage, and it's worn at the waist on formal occasions. Women wear bright, colorful dresses with beautiful embroidery. The traditional art of Oman is called al-razha. It mixes poetry, music, and sword dancing. It's not just entertainment. It's how people keep their stories alive. Oman gave the world an amazing scholar named Al-Khalil Al-Farahidi. He created the first Arabic dictionary. He also invented the rules for Arabic poetry rhythms. His work helped shape literature in Arabic. Actually, no, not only in Arabic, Persian, Turkish, and Urdu language. Every family in Oman has challenges. Some villages are far from hospitals. Young people want more jobs and education opportunities. Some families find it hard to pay for modern life while keeping their traditions. Omanis believes in always helping each other. They send medical teams to remote villages, teach young people and women new skills, and make sure no family goes hungry. This is the Omani way. Rising together, and when one person succeeds, everyone celebrates. And when someone struggles, everyone helps. Oman's heart beats on people. As one world and one family, we can help each other. We can share journeys and solve problems together. From the mountains and seas of Sudan and Oman to wherever you are, shukran. Thank you for listening to our stories. And lastly, may we all be bridges to connect our beautiful, beautiful world. Thank you.
This evening, we are delighted to present the CSR Circle of Honor to the MKR Group. The MKR Group of companies is a family-owned enterprise with a legacy spanning over 8 decades. With a strong foundation of values and entrepreneurial vision, the group has established itself as a trusted manufacturer of bread, animal feed, and animal nutrition products. With multiple facilities in India and overseas, MKR has built a strong presence in domestic and global markets. Committed to quality, innovation, and community well-being, the group continues to uphold its heritage while shaping a sustainable future. The MKR Group of companies partnered with Annapurna Trust in its mission to bridge the nutrition gap for millions of children across India since 2020. This collaboration reflects MKR's core values of nourishment, community well-being, and social responsibility. We are honored to welcome Mr. M.R. Arvind to receive this award. A third-generation entrepreneur, he has carried forward his family's deep legacy in the Indian food industry. With over 3 decades of leadership, he has been the driving force behind the group's growth in food, animal feed, and animal nutrition. Beyond business, he also serves as a trustee of the Rashtriya Shikshana Samiti Trust, which provides quality education to more than 30,000 students. We request Mr. M.R. Arvind to deliver his acceptance speech.
Sai Ram, my humblest pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba Varu and Sadguru Madhusudan Sai. I feel truly honored to stand here today and accept this recognition on behalf of MKR Group. Annapurna is doing remarkable work by providing wholesome nutrition to millions of children every day across India, and I believe their efforts are not only transforming lives, but also shaping a healthier future for our nation. What makes this initiative even more special is its ability to inspire corporates, creating greater awareness of its impact, and the importance of supporting such noble and essential causes. To be associated with this mission is a blessing, and I consider it both a privilege and a responsibility. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Sadhguru Madhusudan Sai and the entire Annapurna team for their dedication and vision, and we look forward to supporting this journey of service and impact. Sai Ram.
We now pray to Sadhguru to bless us all with his benedictory message.
One of the days in the orchestra they were playing It's a Beautiful World. And when I heard the speaker speak before us, he said it's a beautiful, beautiful world that we live in. Sometimes we are so myopic that we don't even see it correctly, that how much beauty and variety and culture and all kinds of traditions are interwoven in this fabric of the world to which we all belong. But when we hear things from people who come from faraway lands to share their stories and their philosophy, that reinstates the idea of shared humanity and our faith in a collective whole as a global family is further cemented. The story from Sudan, I have read a lot about Sudan, I haven't been there, but I've heard from people who reached out to us for help. Those areas in Africa, Sudan and the nearby countries have been going through unrest for a very long time. So much so that I've read it in the magazines. When I travel abroad in the flight, I do pick up some magazines. They bring you a set of magazines to choose from. So usually I pick up Time, and then I keep reading whatever the stories are there. They'll be there on the cover, so you keep reading. So one day there was a story on Sudan, which was on the cover, and the humanitarian crisis over there. It really moved my heart. Actually, it brought tears to my eyes when I looked at these pictures and the stories that I saw in the magazine. And there are generations that have just been raised in refugee camps. They've never had a home. Their children were born, they grew up, their grandchildren were also born in the same refugee camps. And absolutely there was no home, no schooling, nothing of the sort of family. They just lived like refugees all their lives. And the crime that happens, war is, I always say it's a crime against humanity, but then the biggest sufferers of a war crime are women and children. When I read their stories, it really broke my heart that such a world exists in our world today. On one side where we are marching ahead to not just the outer space, but we are exploring possibilities of doing things on another planet. And that is the same time when there are children and women who are stuck in those refugee camps forever, who are violated every day, especially girl children, by the terrorists, so also by the soldiers, so also by other people, because they are so vulnerable and they have nobody to save them, nobody to protect them. But amidst all this, also I saw pictures of people singing songs of hope and songs of prayer so that their lives get better than what they were. They wait for the food truck to come to give food to them, which was provided by the World Food Program of the United Nations. But when I was in the office of the World Food Program in the US, they were telling that they have very limited funds and they might have to stop many of the food programs in such countries where they are right now supplying. And I thought to myself, what's going on in this beautiful world? On one side, billionaires are becoming trillionaires, millionaires are becoming billionaires, and the wealth of the world is swelling every single year. But unfortunately, most of it is held with a few people of power and influence. and the rest of the world suffers. It's the story with India, it's the story with the whole of the world. And then there are programs like World Food Program and United Nations who are to serve those underserved and underprivileged, but then they say that they do not have funds at all. In fact, when I went to the World Food Program office, they thought I've come to ask for some grant. So at the very beginning, they made it very clear, sir, if you have come for any grants from us, please be aware that we hardly have any funds and I don't think we can help you. I said, I've not come to seek any grants. I have come to help you. I've come to find out where we can work together and how can we reach more people, because you have people on ground in Africa we do not have. And that is the discussion. He was very surprised. He said, you are one of the first people who have come, who's not come here to ask funds and help, who has come to help. I said, I've come to learn about Africa and about other places where you serve and how you serve and what goes on. And we learned so much about it, and we learned that there's such a crisis, huge crisis in those countries where basic things like they're not sure whether tomorrow they'll get any food to eat at all. They're not sure whether their girls will be safe tomorrow or they'll be just taken away to unknown places where they have no idea. I have seen pictures of women who have delivered babies of men whom they don't even know. They don't even know who the father is. Because these are all violations against the women and children, girl children. And this all happens in many of these war-torn countries because there is no law and order there. The might is right. When I think of those countries and I think of the other wealthy countries, we are seeing all of them come here. In a couple of weeks, you'll also see very wealthy countries come and present themselves over here. I feel what the speaker said just now. We are here to build bridges between the haves and the have-nots, to sensitize those who have towards the need of those who have not. Because we are after all a family, and then we have to support each other. And when Sudanese can do this for each other, neighbors help neighbors, they stay together, they support each other, so that nobody suffers in whatever possible ways they have. And then we think of these huge divide between the developed and the developing nations and war-torn countries. And then we think, how can we build these bridges? How can we bring them together? How can we sensitize the hearts of those who have enough towards those who have nothing? We are just lucky to be born here. We are all under the care of these institutions. We are all having food on our plate, and we still complain. This is not good, that is not good. Ask Ravi of the kitchen. Every week he has to take feedback and keep improving your menu. And I'm not saying you shouldn't. This is your home, you can. But also remember, there are people who do not get a meal a day. They are dependent on these World Food Programs and NGOs and agencies. And they hope that they will get to eat a stomach full of meal. That doesn't happen every day for them. So also we see people, as I said, women are safe here in the environs of these institutions and such places. But those places, you do not know whether you will exist tomorrow, or whether you will be just stolen away. You will be dragged away by these antisocial elements to a dark future from where there is no point of return. There is no point of return there. That is the kind of life many of these brothers and sisters in very difficult countries live. Yet their spirit never dies. It's never broken. They continue to hope and pray. And you can imagine that the children don't even know how to use a soap. They don't even know what is a soap. And somebody has to come and tell them this is soap and this is how it is to be used. Then you can imagine this. Generations have not gone to school. They haven't learnt anything. They're just growing in those temporary makeshift tents and refugee camps. In cold and heat, in shine and rain, they just live. And they've got used to it now. I think they got immune to it. I also saw pictures of people, because of the wars, were obviously displaced, and they were all housed in broken schools. And they've been living as families for ages. And that's their home now. They do not know. Imagine living all life in some remote school somewhere where there is no electricity, no running water. All you have is just a place where you can stay. And people are living like that. And I do not know what we can do for them. Because on the other side, when I travel to these ultra-rich countries, and when they show off their wealth and opulence and brag about their whatever achievements, I feel, do they even know that another world like this exists in the same planet? There is one more room in this beautiful home called our world where people are suffering so much and nothing can be done about it because It is so unreachable for common people. Unless there is a good NGO, you can't even enter these places. It's very dangerous. So you can only go through official channel. You just can't walk in and say, I want to help. It doesn't work like that. So I was always talking to the agencies and finding out what we can do, and we are still trying. But all we can do, at least sitting here, is that one, be grateful for what we already have. Be grateful for the food that we have on our plate and clothes on our body. Be grateful for the education that we get in a safe and clean environment. Be grateful for the security and safety of our lives that is never threatened by any of such elements. Be grateful for a future that we can hope and dream for, which most of the children in those countries cannot. Be grateful that we have each other. They do not. Be grateful that our mothers and fathers are joyful and they look forward to a future, a brighter future for all of us. Their parents cannot imagine a future for their children. Be grateful for everything instead of just complaining about things that we don't have. Look at these people and then be grateful. I'm not saying you should not strive for improvement in things. Yes, you should improve. But it does not mean that you become ungrateful, you become complacent, you become people who take things for granted. That should never happen to ourselves. And that's why once in a while we have to look at these parts of the world as well, just to tell ourselves how much more we have than what these people have. And they are also humans. They are also born with the same life that we hold. They also are children of their parents. They also want families. They also want education, a career, employment, dignity, safety, same things that we all want. But they do not get it, and they can't get it. That is how this world has been now. So I appeal to all the people that please be sensitive to the needs of those who have nothing, but still they are living, hoping that there will be a brighter tomorrow. And somebody from somewhere will come and help them come out of this situation, because they just do not know how to pull themselves out of it. So this is the idea of why I am exposing even these children to the ideas of what's going on around the world, because I've seen a lot of misery. And when I come back to India, I always think, oh, what a land. It is not only physically, materially blessed, but it is also so beautiful spiritually. Everybody is, and especially an institution like this, everybody has a place and dignity of labor, and everybody is recognized, acknowledged. Everybody has an identity and they belong somewhere to someone. It is not given to everybody on this earth. It is only given to very, very blessed few. So we are like that. And you'll hear some more African stories. Of course, we did not see that part of it, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention that there is that part of Africa, Sudan, which goes through this every day. So Oman, I've never been to Oman, but I've been to Dubai and the Middle East, and I know their culture. They were originally tribes in the deserts, and they have very closely knit, bonded culture. And what he said, while there is a prosperous side of every country, there is also the dark underbelly, where people still suffer. But yes, in those times of suffering also, we have each other for ourselves. And they said, neighbor helps the neighbor, and nobody goes hungry. They see to that nobody goes hungry. And this is the beauty of most of the ancient tribal aboriginal cultures. Wherever I went, the first thing they talk about is that they have to care for their families and for their neighbors. This is the principle on which all these tribes lived. Whether it was Fiji or Africa or Australia or New Zealand or Sudan or Middle East, the tribal culture was like, even in India. I come from Chhattisgarh and I know the culture there. The people are concerned about their neighbors and their children and what's happening to them. Even if they don't have enough, they still have the heart to share a bit, which the modern societies do not have. In the name of civilization and education and advancement, they've forgotten these basic human values of being kind and concerned about each other. In Chhattisgarh, if a man goes to the forest to collect the forest produce, the tribals live on that. They collect leaves and wood and fragrances and all from forests, and then they come and sell it. So when they go in the morning, they only will return in the evening. They would carry some food with them, because that is what they eat during the day while they are roaming in the forest, searching for whatever forest produce to be brought back. And the story is that when they sit to eat in the noontime, they shout out at the top of their voice, "Koi hai jo bhuka hai, mere paas khana hai." Is there anybody hungry around? I have food with me. They shout thrice, just to make sure that in case there is somebody hungry anywhere around in the forest and does not have enough food, can join him for the meal. Even tribals know how to live. Tribals only know how to live because they have not been ruined by the modern education and the westernized society concepts, where everybody has become so selfish. No neighbor knows the other neighbor. Nobody knows who is the next person. I've seen in Bombay, I read stories in newspaper, how an elderly couple died in their apartment. Nobody knew for 3 days till it started smelling foul. It's only then somebody realized there's something wrong, something is smelling bad from that flat, that apartment, and then they went there. Otherwise, nobody even knows that somebody is next door and dying. Now, that kind of a self-centered societies have been created while the original humanity was living like those tribes, which always had the backs covered because they had a good neighbor who always looked after each other. That kind of society is what we are creating, and the one world, one family is the concept to bring these nations slightly closer in their hearts and build bridges. That is the word that he has used, build bridges, so that we can walk over and greet each other, meet each other, know each other, and do something for each other. So these are the bridges that we are trying to build through this World Cultural Festival. As culture is concerned for each other, this is exactly what I'm trying to convey to our children. May I always go back to the children because I'm very, very hopeful about what they can do in the future. They have tremendous potential hidden in them. But if this potential gets misdirected, misguided, then it's going to be disastrous. Whereas if the same potential, same energy, same purpose is correctly directed and guided well, they can change the world. And it does not take a whole billions of people to change billions of people. It takes a few people, few good people who have taken it upon themselves to do something about it. And that's why I go on reminding you, be grateful, be grateful. Be grateful for all that we have. Many of them do not have this. So many of them I have met, they do not have this. We are trying to put up a main center in South Africa from where we can disperse or we can dispense all our support and help to the rest of the African countries because it's so difficult to cross boundaries. You never know. I was told, when I was told that we want to supply food from this country to the other, they said, no, the whole truck may get looted on the way. There are so many hungry and deprived, they may just loot the entire thing. It never reach the people. And then there is corruption because people are so desperate. So you will not be able to do any humanitarian work even if you want to do. It's not that straight and easy to just enter Africa, walk around and do as you please. It doesn't work that way. You have to use the global agencies which are approved, licensed, and even then there are corruption. So what reaches the last person we do not even know because we can't even enter those places. So this is the kind of broken world that it is, and to repair it is not anybody else's job. It is our job only. No God is going to come from heavens to set this right. It is us. It is given to us to do it. When somebody complained, God, what are you doing about all these problems in the world? And God replied, I have created you. That's what I have done to repair the world, to heal the world. But we do not take up that responsibility, then nobody takes it up. So our idea is that when you grow up and you are strong enough, take the courage to go and support others, help others. And through this platform, I want to tell the other countries who are far bigger in their might and size and resources, yes, you are entitled to all those privileges. You have earned it. I understand that. But yet, be sensitive, be kind, have a heart for those who are not as privileged and entitled as you are. And if you do a little also for them, it will go a long way. And these people don't expect much. They get a meal, a little education, some dignity and safety, they're happy. They're not demanding air-conditioned houses and luxury posh cars and luxurious life. They're not asking any of these things. They're just asking very basic things. But that's also is not given to them. But we want to build a better world, and that is the commitment with which we are working, and that is why this function, this festival, so you keep hearing more and more stories, and your hearts are always warm with compassion for all the mankind. And then when you grow up in your own capacity, you should be able to go out and do this. And as I said, I do not want to single out any particular continent or country. Every country has this problem. I've seen it in the UK, I've seen it in the US, I've seen it in Australia, I've seen it in Singapore as well. I've seen it in India, so also in many other African countries. There are people who are living like this. While the most of the society is having a good time, the rest of them are suffering like this. So for their sake, we should work. Our hearts should expand. And when we feel they are part of our family, then we must do something about it, not just talk about it. So this World Cultural Festival should not just become an exercise in general knowledge. It should turn into actionables and a commitment that when you can, as children, when you grow up, you must do something about it. And those who are already grown up and can do something about it, then they should already start doing something about it. But as I said, it's not easy to reach these places and even help people. There are a lot of difficulties even to go out and do that. But with these organizations whom we are collaborating with, there is a possibility of making inroads and then doing something for all of them. If it was in my capacity, I would have built schools, hospitals, colleges, roads, bridges, houses for everybody everywhere. But I have limited capacity, and sometimes I complain to God. While there are billionaires sitting on piles of cash doing nothing but making more and more money, why is it that good people have to struggle to even get the next month going? And the answer that I get from within is all in time, all in time. Everything will happen in the right time. Even if I throw money, things won't happen. Corruption will eat away all the money. We need people. So when they are ready, everything will happen. But for those people, there is no tomorrow. There is today. If they don't get what they get today, they may never have a tomorrow. But like that, millions die of hunger, some basic needs like these diseases, infections, whatever is, and can always blame it on the fate and forget and you go to sleep, but then the one who is going through it knows what he's going through it. So be kind, be nice, be compassionate, be sensitive, but more importantly, be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful for all that we already have. Yes, we do not have so many things which so many others have, but then that's not the reason to complain. Don't compare and complain about those who are having more. Whenever I was small, I used to keep bothering Amma, because she could only provide so much. And she used to always tell me, I know one day you boys, girls will grow up and then you will complain, my mother did nothing for us. She didn't even feed us properly. I would tell, why do you think like this, that we would say things like this to you? Because as a mother, she used to feel, I'm not doing enough for my children. She has only limited capacity. And I was the most complaining kinds. Why we don't have this? Why we don't have that? Why can't we go here? Why can't we do this? I used to bother her. And she would tell me that you should look at those who do not even have what we have and be grateful. But I wouldn't understand that. I said, Amma, if you think like this, then we will never grow in life. We should have some ambition. We should have some ideas. I used to tell her. Then she would say, yes, you are right in your own way. But in our capacity, what we have, we should always look at the people who are left behind. Those who do not even have what we have. We have a house, we have a job, we have food, we have clothes, we have education. There are hundreds and thousands, millions out there who do not have. She would keep repeating this to me. And I used to get frustrated saying that, this is a very escapist attitude. You are not wanting to do anything better. But in her capacity, she did everything she could. But today when I'll feel like a parent, I tell the same thing to others. That you see, what we already have is what we should be grateful for. There are people, and I have seen, I don't want to make it so sad and because it's supposed to be a happy festival, but then realities are realities, and you can't run away from them. And people are there. I read stories in Africa where women would take their girl children and roll hot stones on their chests so that their breasts never grow, so that they can pass them off as a boy, and nobody would know. Otherwise, they will be abducted and violated. So mothers will do this to their daughters. Imagine such a world, because there's so much of violation. And nothing can be done about it. There are human rights agencies, world organizations, blah, 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 blah. Nobody does anything beyond a certain thing. Beyond their comfort zone, nobody goes and does more than that. What can we do about it? We can't even reach out to them. At least reach out in prayer. And as I said, first thing is be grateful for what we already have. And then do something for others. Don't be selfish. I know many of our children have come from very rural, poor backgrounds, and their ambitions first are build a house for my mother and father, make their lives comfortable, all these desires are there in them. I am saying not bad, but then they just limit it somewhere, draw a line. Saying, yes, this much for my family, but beyond that, for the world family. That understanding our children should develop, our devotees should develop. They can't go on accumulating. They can't go on improving their lifestyles and upgrading their lifestyles. That is not the way. It's not the quality of living, but the quality of giving that defines you, they say. So understand that, yes, when your basic needs are met, whatever you require for your family, you have a basic fundamental requirements met, your parents are living comfortably. Beyond that, don't do things for yourself. Beyond that, please always extend your arms, reach out to others who are lying there in these kind of dark countries who cannot reach out to anybody. We have to reach out to them because they can't reach out to us. That should be the way the world should come together, and I hope that that will happen sooner than later. Nevertheless, all the musicians have come, and while one presented on behalf of both the countries, we have musicians who will be performing their music in a short while. But as I said, while we celebrate our shared humanity and this festival, we also must be remembering all the time those who cannot be a part of a festivity like this. They have never seen a festival in their lives. And be grateful for what we already have, so that we never become arrogant, we never become complaining kinds, and we never take things for granted. That's the lesson we must learn when we see these countries. Okay.
Now we will have short 10-minute break, after which we will reconvene for the cultural program. Sairam and welcome back. This evening's cultural performance is a musical presentation from the land of Sudan. The group will present before us Sufi and Sudanese songs. Sudan's rich musical heritage blends African rhythms with Arab influences, creating a unique and diverse sound. It reflects the nation's history, culture, and identity through storytelling, rhythm, and melody. A quick round of introduction. Mujtaba Al-Sadiq, keyboard player, music producer, and influencer with over 12 years of experience. Ahmad Al-Sayed, professional bass guitarist with over 10 years of experience. Montosar Mohammed and Mohammed Shibli on the percussions. Faris Musbah, skilled oud player. And Mohammed Hamid on the vocals. Brothers and sisters, please give a big round of applause to these musicians.
Seram. We are so happy to be with you today here. Today is a beautiful day, and we feel the very beautiful vibe here. Today we are present Sudan, the different cultural music. Also, we will present Oman because we have common cultural between us. So we will start today with a couple of songs. It's called Salam. Salam, it means serum. Serum of Muhammad Prophet and all masters around the world. They give us peace and love and wisdom.
سلام سلام نهيل المدى خذوني إليكم فأنتم كرام سلام سلام أهيل المدى خذوني إليكم فأنتم كرام علينا إليكم توارى الطريق فهل لا سمحتم لنا بالبريق وهل لا سمعتم نداء الغريب ببحر عميق وواحد متى ما
The next song, it's called Umbadir. Umbadir, the song about missing to the homeland and family. The rhythm of this song is called Jarrari. The next song, it's original song. It's called Kawina. It presents the middle of Sudan. Thank you.
الريح فوق جبلنا أصل الإكسير معدنا يا ليلى ليلي كنا معشوقك وهو أنا الريح فوق جبلنا أصل الإكسير معدنا يا ليلى ليلي كنا معشوقك وهو أنا
Okay. Now we have two remaining songs for you guys. The upcoming one is called Nari. It has the rhythms of the western of Sudan. And the lyrics actually, they talk about like a love story about a guy explaining how he got mad. Actually, he got crazy because of a lady. And even the people in the town started calling him crazy whenever they see the girl. They said, okay, so this is the girl who made that guy crazy. And the song actually, it's written and composed by Muhammad Hamid. And the funny thing, actually, when he wrote this song, he was single. So, and he was not even married, nothing. He just wrote it, just came to his mind. This is the upcoming song. And the song after that, actually, it's the one that we dedicate to Oman. It's the one that is in common between both of us. It's mainly about the rhythm of the fishermen, how the ship will sound while they are fishing. And the lyrics, actually, it talks about a cat. How the cat ate the fisherman's fish. So they had fish in the dinner, and they looked away, and the cat snuck in and stole the fish from them. So instead of going crazy, they wrote a song to the cat. You will hear it. Thank you.
كان وراك للمي تلقيني بوراك ساير قفاكي للشقي حبل صبري ضفاير كان وراك للمي تلقيني بوراك ساير قفاكي للشقي حبل صبري ضفاير حلفتك فوق المويه شوفي كيف ايدك ناير يا المولع ناري 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 يا المولع ناري 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 البسيسة كلت عشايا المقرماش، البسيسة كلت عشايا المقرماش، وكل حوتة تمشي والله جاز الحوارة.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
We will conclude with the national anthems of Sudan and Oman, followed by the national anthem of India.
نتحدى الموت عند المحن، نشتري المجد بأغلى ثمن. هذه الأرض لنا فليعش سوداننا علما